Everybody's freaking out. Let's do it, guys. Good morning, degenerates. Welcome to a very sad episode of Boring Crypto, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Why? Because nobody knows what the hell is going on. Well, also, just so you don't have to. I'm here for you. Don't forget it. Guys, my name is not important. Let's get to the news. Let's see if there's anything new, too. I'm doing this early today. I've got to take my dog to the vet at right around when I start the show, usually, so we're going early. 9 minutes ago, alt season 2025. Most altcoins won't make it, says CryptoQuant CEO. Sorry, I'm reading to see if there's anything worth reading. All right. Let's do it. Crypto sentiment sinks to extreme fear as Trump says tariffs still on. Bybit repays BitGet's 40,000 ETH loan after a $1.4 billion hack. Probably not too much information there, but we'll read it. Metaplanet, El Salvador stack Bitcoin as BTC slides 5% in 10 hours. And this Riri. Sam Bankman-Fried posted for the first time in 2 years FTX token pumps. I'm surprised that he has a phone in jail. I've had several friends locked up and you're not supposed to have a phone. So how does Sam getting a phone and tweeting? Unless he's telling somebody to tweet for him, or someone is just tweeting on his account as if they are him. Who knows? SEC acknowledges filing for Grayscale's spot Cardano ETF. I don't even remember if I read this headline. Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried post for first time in 2 years. FTX token pumps, which is freaking wild. Why are people buying the FTX token? I didn't read it. He wrote like a book. I saw it and I was like, it's too much. I don't want to read it. Maybe I should. Guys, to the market. Per usual, guys, if you enjoy the content I provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto, please like the video. Share the video on all your social platforms. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. Follow me if you're on Facebook. And outside of that, if you want to learn how to trade crypto, on top of that, learn how to trade traditional market stuff, TradFi, stocks, indexes, etc. Learn how to become financially savvy. Be part of a huge community of people just like yourself, just like me, just trying to get better. You know how it is, helping each other out. If that sounds like something you guys are interested in, by all means, please check out the pinned comment. That'll take you to the Pip Connect Discord. That is Andy Peters' personal Discord. It'll take you to paywall, excuse me. Yes, you have to pay for it. That helps keep scammers out and helps Andy feel better about spending time away from his family, honestly. Yeah, guys. See if it's the right fit for you. If you have any questions, by all means, reach out to me or Andy. We'll get those questions answered for you. Outside of that, guys, let's refresh CoinMarketCap, see where we're at. It's not good. It's not good. It's not comfortable. Right now, current market cap below 3 trillion. It's been a while since we've been here. 2.91 trillion, down 6.34% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominant 60.8, ETH dominant at 10. Not much changing in here, guys. And gas up a little bit because I'm sure a lot of people are freaking out and selling their positions. So that probably brought gas up just a little bit, though, but only 3.44. Goy will get you that E-transaction. Fear Greed, DOWN. It was at 28 when I was looking at it earlier this morning. We have gone up a little bit. 29, Fear and Greed Index. Is this the time to sell? Is this the time to buy? That depends, and we are going to try to wrap our heads around it. Good morning, Brett. Yeah. So let's go to the top 100. See at the worst. I don't even know if I want to do this. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? Everything's down. Bitcoin is down 6.82%. ETH down 9%. XRP down 11%. Rough. Super rough. Oh, it just bounced hard, though. XRP just bounced hard. Oh yeah, XRP was down to like damn near $2 flat. It just jumped almost 20 cents. Anyways, sorry, that caught me off guard. I was like, wait, I was just looking at it because I was gonna tell you guys like I am looking at liquidating some of my positions if we keep ticking down. Remember, guys, I was buying 2 years ago, and I'm significantly in profit still, and I don't want to lose those profits. I've lost probably about 50% of my bag so far. So why am I gonna just sit here and bleed dry? That's the goal, right? To keep profits, to get out here with profits. If XRP was going to start looked like it was going to start dipping below that $2 mark, I was going to probably exit about 50% of my position. Sorry guys, that's the game. But it just bounced really hard, back up to 220, but down 11.22%, 23% on the day. Solana down 11%. So we're going to see across the board, guys. USDC ticking up. Just joking. Doge down 10%. Cardano down 10%. You're going to see 10s, 13s, 11s across the board. See if we got anything bigger than that. 15.5 for Hype. 13.32 for BitTensor or Tau. 14.58 for Aave. 12.75 for Trump. 15.9 for Phantom or now Sonic. DEXE ticking up. Sorry, getting curious. Damn. Guess I need to look into DEXE, man. DEXE is looking strong as shit right now. That's a hell of a chart. I would be buying. I'd be hoping for a pullback, but in this madness, something like that is looking that strong. The question is why. I don't know anything about DEXE. Haven't done any digging on it. Maybe I need to. Yeah, Brett, buy, but let me say this, take that with a bit of caution. Scale in. Scale. Dollar cost average. Slow buy. Do not deploy all of your capital right now. That is my opinion. Injective down 12%. What is Story IP? There are some random tokens that are ripping right now that I've never heard of. What is it? It's an L1. As a foundation for intellectual property on the internet, enables creators to register, license, and monetize their IP assets seamlessly by leveraging blockchain technology. Story provides a transparent and efficient framework for IP attributions, licensing, and commercialization. Well, it sounds good. Maybe I have to look at IP or Story IP, because it's a ripping. It's up 137% on the week. Good God. $12.93 to downside for Flare. And eGold. Bringing in your top 100 down almost 8% on the day, guys. That is your top 100, and I am sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, Bitcoin. We're going to get off of this and go to the one. Let's go to the 4 hour, because none of that really matters. So we had our descending channel. Broke out, fake out, see you later, bye, rolled over. This is the hack. Then we rolled over. Then was this. So here's what I'm assuming happened. Again, because I've been jumping around X, and I haven't really seen any reason for people to be selling. Like no hacks, no nothing. Listen to me, besides just personal sentiment in the market, that would make sense, you know. But people keep selling on anytime Trump talks about tariffs, the market takes a shit. It does. The market literally shits the bed anytime Trump talks about tariffs. Why? I don't know, man. Wait to see what this does, but people freak out. But Here, okay. I know let's go straight in. What's the question, Nick? Are we still in a bull market? And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know. If you were to look at the alts, I would say absolutely not. If you look at Bitcoin, I'm like, maybe. Bitcoin has done this kind of stuff forever during bull cycles. My point in saying that is, if you've got anybody on X or Twitter or YouTube telling you they know exactly that we're still in a bull and everything's going to go, they don't fucking know. They're full of shit. But historically speaking, Bitcoin doesn't look terrible right now. It looks bad, but it doesn't look terrible. 86670 is here. Let's get rid of all my shit because I know you guys can't see through this stuff, but I can. Let's go to a different Bitcoin chart. Make this easier. Let's go to Coinbase. Let's turn off Market Cipher. All right, let's just look at the price with a couple of lines. If there was a place that I would say if we don't bounce here, we're going back down into the 70s, it was where we bounced or have bounced so far. Does 86,869. Why, Nick? Why? Why is that the line that you're expecting it to bounce? Because of this right here. Hit it there, and then continues the upside. But we're barely above it, guys. It's not good. And here's why I say if we lose it, we can go down. Let's go to the daily. Oh, what'd I do? What'd I break? Okay, looking at it on the daily, this is why I said the bounce. This is the last line of support. Now, if you guys are into volume profiles, the VRVP, I think is what it is, volume range, volume profile. Basically, it's those kinds of indicators things show that this being a low volume node, meaning there's not a lot of price action in here to catch us if we start ticking into this area. So price action wise speaking, if we start touching this area, there is a very strong possibility that we're just going to fall back down to the 70K level because we ripped right through it with no kind of, I mean, we got a little bit of a hiccup here on the daily right here, but outside of that, there's not a lot of shit to catch us here. So I would not be surprised if we lose this level and we come back down into the 70s. Now, the 70s are strong. Doesn't mean we won't go lower, doesn't mean we can't go lower. But I don't know why that keeps happening. I don't know what I'm doing with my mouse right now. But there's a strong possibility that we could do that. And we were in here. We were in the 70s. What do we range from? If I'm not counting the wicks, we ranged from 53.5, so 53.5, 53.6 to 73.6. Jeez, is that a $20,000 range? Bitcoin is wild, y'all. $20,000 range. We ranged in here for 240 days before Trump won the election and we ripped up. And since then, we've been ranging up here. And there's a potential we could range up here for just as long. And that might be what we're doing right now. One big long wick down here, maybe one another big long wick down here. But I am concerned about this right here. If you ask me, Nick, is there anything you're concerned about? This is my concern. Because there's nothing here to catch us. If that happens, we're going back down into the 70s, in my opinion. And guys, I hope I am wrong. I 100% hope I'm wrong. Oh, Jesus. Brett said he saw a post where Iran is moving military equipment around nuclear sites. Ugh. This world, guys. Yeah, that could do it too. So all we can do is see, man. But you need to be prepared. I've been saying it for quite some time. You need to be prepared that potentially the top is in. You have to be. You can't sit here and live on hopium. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. You can't. And it sucks. Trust me, I am not feeling good about it this morning. If that was it, I didn't make I didn't even make half of what I was hoping to make in this cycle. But what are you going to do? You going to round trip it? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Like I said, if XRP starts tipping into that below $2, I will start exiting. Because that's one of my other biggest bags right now. Outside of that, Pal's alright. I mean, Pal's whatever. I don't have a ton of money in Pal right now. It's probably only about 10 grand, which was about 40 grand. Pal, I'll probably let ride. The only reason being is they continue to build, they continue to make partnerships, they continue to keep going. If I have to round trip Pal, I will. Just because I think it's a long-term project. And the amount of money that I put in compared to the amount of money I've made or could make in it, for me, it's whatever. Guys, and I might just sit here and talk today. The news, we might just blow through it. It's not significantly important. I know everybody's worried about prices and things like that, so that's kind of what we're talking about. I'm about a 50% drawdown from my entry point on Ondo. I got in like right around 50 cents. Sol, you guys already know I exited half my position. What's that looking like right now? Well, Sol's back in the range. So this is that 240-day range that Bitcoin was doing. Right here. We'll make that a red line. Why not? Because that's the point of no return. Sol, I was buying around $30, guys, so I'm still not worried about it. Again, like you guys said, I told you if we lost this level, got out of this box, I would start selling. I liquidated half my position. So I'm sitting in USDC with my Sol position right now. INJ, I'm still doing good at INJ. I was buying between $3 and $6. I've lost my ass on AIT. I just went below my entry points on anyone. Desync. Yeah, I'm probably in the red of Desync. Yep. The green line was my entry point. Desync. ZKML. Where am I at? Yep. Losing my ass on ZKML. But these small tokens, guys, these super low low cap new projects, I've always told you, it's bang or bust. I only put like $1,000 in these guys. If they don't rip, I lose it. If not, I hold on to it and let it see what it does. These are my bigger positions, my bigger projects up here at the top. XRP probably being my biggest bag right now. Like I said, if XRP starts ticking into the just under the $2 range, I'll probably start liquidating. Yeah, it's sad. We were doing so good. Everything was so hypey and so fun. Brett, I was asking Andy in a Zoom a week back if there was a world where we see Bitcoin going back to 70 before all these reserves get created. Seemed like a silly question at the time. It's never a silly question, man. This is, here, and I know my charts look like crap. I'm gonna do. I need to save this one so we can start. This is a much cleaner chart. It's not a silly question though, and the reason being, bro, is it's a 30% pullback. All right, 33.74, which we've seen historically several times throughout bull cycles, right? So what does a 33% pullback look like from the top of here? Look at this, guys. 33.4 it was, right? There's your answer, Brett. It's not a silly question. 72,775 which is very, very possible. during cycles, guys, during bull cycles, and at that point, do we still consider this a bull? I don't know. I think there's a lot of price action here to catch us. This is the daily we're looking at, y'all. So, do I see us going back below 60? Probably not. But I could. You never know. Nobody knows, right? But a 33% pullback from here would put us, or from the top, would put us in that $72,000 range, which is normal, guys. Everyone thinks Bitcoin can't do this, or it can't do that, or it won't do this, or it won't do that. Oh, it'll do it. As soon as you think it won't, it will. That's a 21% pullback. That's a 21% pullback. That's about 20%. Not too bad. What about right here? This is your bottom of your bear right here. These U patterns are usually see you later, bye. That's it. So we went up here. 23%. So this being the biggest pullback, this 33%, doesn't mean I wouldn't. All I'm saying is it's possible, guys. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of rambling. Nah, it's not silly, man. People just don't like to hear it. The last thing you want to do is be a bearer of bad news, but we were all expecting. Look, Andy said it a while back too. I think, shit, he might have said it while we were doing the Zoom together. Everybody's waiting for news from Trump on this Bitcoin reserve shit. And he hasn't talked about crypto at all. And it gets to a point to where everybody's waiting on that news, and no news starts to become bad news, right? And that's potentially where we're at right now. On top of the tariffs thing, people are freaking out over the tariffs, and again, I'm not smart enough to understand why they would be freaking out over that. I know there's people saying, "Oh, it's bad for this or it's bad for that." Look, politics aside, whatever you think about Trump, if you think Trump is an unintelligent person, that's a fool's thought. He's the guy has been doing this his entire life. He's very strategic. He says some dumbass shit. Don't get me wrong. He's a pompous guy. Sometimes I just wish he wouldn't talk. That's me personally. But if you think he's unintelligent, I think you're going to lose that game. So with him doing this tariff stuff, I don't know how it plays out. And I know there's arguments on both sides of the fence, whether they're good or bad. I don't know enough about them. I'm not smart enough to understand if they're good or bad. And like I said, I've read all the arguments. I've read how they're good. I've read how people say they're bad. Blah blah blah. Either way, the market does not like when he talks about them, and that's what happened last night. And I can only assume that's why we're going down. He said he's going to go ahead with the Canada and Mexico tariffs as well as other tariffs around the world. So we shall see. No, and I agree to that, Brett. I understand all that they could be bad, but they're bringing in manufactured American jobs, American products, et cetera, American business. But the point I keep seeing him make is that people have been charging us them forever and been reaming us. Why can't we do the same? So I don't know. Again, I'm not smart enough. I'm just some ex-punk rock emo screamo kid in his office talking about crypto. Either way, I drew this line last night. I was watching it and we lost it. This is on the daily, and that's what happens when you break trends. Now, if you guys want to talk about trading, this is kind of a perfect little setup. I'm going to delete this little circle here. So we're seeing a very long consolidation, slight uptrend, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and then we broke it and we lost it. If you were looking for a trade, that's your trigger. And that's your entry point on a sell. You would have made a lot of money. I'm sure a lot of people did. But that's it, guys. That's it. That's all I got for the charts. You guys have any questions, by all means, ask them. If not, we're going to roll into the news. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to get to the vet. Just keep your eye on these zones, guys. I mean, if you're playing Wix, this is on a daily. So I don't know how much faith I would have in this wick down here. But that wick hit 85 flat, which is probably a perfect psychological level. But I'm holding on to this 86,869-ish. It's where we bounced, or where we are bouncing right now on the daily. If we lose that, we're probably going into the 70s. Maybe get a bounce. Hopefully a bounce like last resort in this 80,000, 81,000 area. But just be prepared for it. That's all I've got, guys. That's trading. You heard Andy say he's not even trading US 30 right now. He's waiting for something to happen. So US 30 broke out of our symmetrical triangle to downside. We bounced off 43.96, looked like we were coming, and then we just shot back down, right? So that's what you're seeing here is bear flag. And this is on a bigger time frame, but bear flag, impulse move. This could potentially be a bear flag, but we'll see. But we're putting in a nice bottom here. A potential bottom right there. But even Andy's kind of staying. He said he's staying out of the market till he sees something develop after making a bunch of money on this sell. The 30-minute. Kind of getting a baby trend right here. I really don't want to read the news, guys. I gotta be honest. Something like that we're kind of breaking out of. Yeah, that's it. What's Brad got? Also, there are foreign auto manufacturers talking about building plants in the U.S. now. Weird, you don't say. This looks rough. All right, to the news. I'm sorry. Crypto sentiment sinks to extreme fear as Trump says tariffs still on. Crypto market sentiment dived to extreme fear after U.S. President Donald Trump said 25% tariffs against Canada and Mexico are on schedule. This is what I thought. Crypto sentiment has nosedived over the past 24 hours alongside a broader market decline as U.S. President Donald Trump reiterated that his planned tariffs against Mexico and Canada were going forward. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which remarks sentiment out of total possible score of 100, fell to a score of 25 points. Jesus, we went down to 25, huh? We're at 29 now. Signaling extreme fear. It's a drop of 24 points from a day earlier when the index was a score of 49, showing the market was neutral. The market drop comes, as Trump said at a February 24th news conference with French President Emmanuel Macron, that his planned 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico are going forward on time, on schedule. Trump first unveiled the tariffs on February 1st, which lumps a 25% tax on imports from the two countries, except Canadian energy, which would be hit with a 10% tariffs. Imports from China would also be subject to 10% tariffs. In the days after the announcement, Bitcoin fell from around 105,000 to 92,000. So that's that's about a 15,000 pullback. And over 2.2 billion worth of ETH was liquidated, with traders apprehensive of a looming trade war as Canada and Mexico's leaders promised to launch retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. Days later, on February 3rd, Trump agreed to pause the tariffs for 30 days after Canada and Mexico agreed to boost their border protections. Now he's saying they're on schedule to resume when the pause lifts earlier next month. The crypto markets have tumbled on Trump's other tariffs too. Bitcoin stumbled on February 9th after the president said he was slapping a 25% tariff on aluminum and steel imports, and again on February 13th when he signed an executive order for sweeping reciprocal tariffs. The last time crypto sentiment tracking index hit extreme fear, which is a score of 25 or lower, was on September 7th when Bitcoin fell to around $54,000 after having fallen 7% over the previous 2 days. Bitcoin has fallen 4.5% over the last 24 hours to under 92,000, its lowest price since late November, according to CoinGecko. The wider crypto market has also tumbled over the last day, with its total market value falling nearly 8% from over 3.31 trillion to around 3.09 trillion. We're down under that now, guys. We are at refresh 2.92 trillion for an overall market cap. While the NASDAQ composite has dropped 4% over the same time. The whole market doesn't like this shit. It's rough out there, y'all. I'm telling you. Moving on. Bybit repays BitGet's 40,000 ETH loan after a $1.4 billion hack. Bybit swiftly repaid a $40,000 ETH loan from BitGet, ensuring smooth withdrawals after a $1.4 billion hack attributed to Lazarus Group. Crypto exchange Bybit repaid 40,000 ETH borrowed from BitGet within 3 days after $1.4 billion hack disrupted crypto exchange on February 21st. Bybit was exploited on February 21st in what has been reported as one of the largest cryptocurrency hacks in history, allegedly orchestrated by North Korean Lazarus Group. Despite the hack, Bybit replenished the stolen crypto assets and maintained operations without major disruption. We all know this. No one cares. Yeah, it's not important. Cool, they repaid their loan. Metaplanet, El Salvador stacked Bitcoin as BTC slides 5% in 10 hours. Yeah, man, they did an okay job, but that's where I'm just like, I hate to be the conspiracy theorist. I really don't want to be. It seems kind of orchestrated. Just everything. Look. Let's say they knew that the tariffs were going to go down. Okay. So you come up with some way to get hackers involved. And you'd be like, hey, look, we're going to let you take this money because we've got to exit the market somehow because we know tariffs are going to slam this shit down. We're going to act like, we didn't know, of course, and you get to keep some of it. We get to keep some of it, and everything's going to be fine. But we need to exit this market somehow. We need to liquidate a bunch of people. We need to figure something out and get some money out. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It just always seems super convenient when this stuff happens. All right, moving on. Bitcoin stacking Metaplanet bought $96,185,000, while El Salvador bought around $94,050 per Bitcoin. Metaplanet and El Salvador both stacked Bitcoin ahead of the crypto market slump on February 25th, with Bitcoin falling as much as 5% over 10 hours. Metaplanet said it had bought 135 Bitcoin with 13 million at around $96,185,000, while Bitcoin stacking nation El Salvador purchased 7 Bitcoin on February 24th, around the time Bitcoin was trading at $94,050. Both came before Bitcoin fell below 91,000 in early hours of February 25th. Bitcoin has since rebounded to 92,260. It has not. This is an old article. We are at 89,000. 88,000. We're pulling back again. Ugh. Don't want to look at it. I don't know. With an average purchase price, blah, blah. Metaplanet, however, noted that its BTC yield, the period-to-period percentage change in the ratio between a company's Bitcoin holdings and its diluted shares is up 23.3% this quarter, putting it on track to reach its 35% target per quarter for Q1. Metaplanet is currently the 14th largest corporation Bitcoin holder in the world, according to Bitbo's BitcoinTreasury.net data. The company's latest purchase failed to boost Metaplanet's TYO 3350 share price, on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, which has fallen 0.16% to 6,130 Japanese yen, equaling $41.06 USD since the announcement was made during February 25th lunch break. Google Finance data shows El Salvador adds another 7 Bitcoin to its reserve. Meanwhile, El Salvador's Bitcoin purchase was 6 more than its usual 1 Bitcoin per day, according to El Salvador's National Bitcoin Office. The purchase came about an hour before Trump confirmed America's plan to impose 25% tax on imports from Canada and Mexico is still on schedule, quote unquote, and crypto markets fell shortly after. The Central American country's latest purchase takes its total Bitcoin stash to 6,088 Bitcoin, worth $560.7 million at current prices. Yeah, no, this is really important. Sam Bankman-Fried posts for the first time in 2 years, FTX token pumps. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. Actually, I'm curious. Let's just do it. We got nothing else going on. Was it FTT? Yeah. Oops. Oh, it pumped, and then it instantly sold off. Oh, guys, get out of this trash. Yeah, guys, stop it. Stop. This was the FTX sell-off. It hasn't done anything since. All right. Do you have anything interesting to say? Let's see it. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried said he had not checked his email for the past few hundred days, and that being unemployed is a lot less relaxing than it looks. You're not unemployed. You're in jail, aren't you? FTX token, FTT, the native token of the crypto exchange FTX briefly spiked 30% as former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried posts on X for the first time in 2 years. In his first post since being sentenced 25 years behind bars over the FTX collapse, Bankman-Fried said in February 25th post he had a lot of sympathy for government employees because he hadn't checked his email in a few hundred days. I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. I, too, have not checked my email for the past few hundred days, and I can confirm that being unemployed is a lot less relaxing than it looks. This dude is so weird. Firing people is one of the hardest things to do in the world. It sucks for everyone involved. More often, the problem is that the company just doesn't have the right job for them, he said. Oh my God. Really? You screwed over how many people? And you have the audacity to go online and start talking about what a government should and shouldn't do. Dude, kick rock. This dude is so out of his mind. I'd tell this to everyone we let go, that it was as much our fault for not having the right role for them, or the right person to manage them, or the right work environment for them. The former FTX CEO was seemingly referencing the recent email campaign by Elon Musk, U.S. Department of Government officially asking government workers to respond with a list of what they had been working on in the past week or lose their jobs, despite having nothing to specifically do with crypto exchange FTX. After SBF's post, FTT surged briefly from $1.63 to over $2, representing roughly a 30% increase according to CoinMarketCap. It was a short-lived rally, with the FTT quickly retreating to $1.75 within about 30 minutes. The token is still down over 97% from all-time highs. This is the last time Bankman-Fried posted was on January 19th of 2023 about his drafted congressional testimony when the token price was around $2.50. He also retweeted a post from crypto lawyers James Murphy on January 20th, known online by his X-handle Metal Law Man, where he was discussing how a judge refused to allow Daniel Friedberg, FTX's former chief regulatory officer, to testify through Zoom during SBF's trial. SBF criminal trial concluded on November 2023 when he was found guilty of 7 charges, including wire fraud, securities fraud, and commodities fraud. SBF received a sentence of 25 years on March 28, 2024, and is currently serving it at a Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, according to the Federal Bureau of Prison Register. How is he getting on X then? I mean, unless they have a library with a computer or something like that, which is interesting. Yeah, because I've had plenty of friends locked up. They're not allowed to have a phone. Anyway, citing anonymous sources, Bloomberg News reported on January 30th that SBF's parents, Joseph Bankman and Barbara Freed, were seeking a presidential pardon for their son, Good Luck, and meeting with lawyers and others figure close to the Trump administration to determine if clemency was possible. U.S. President, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? This dude literally still clearly doesn't seem to have any remorse and is kind of trolling Elon and the Trump administration with what they're doing with Doge. Yet rich people have the balls to reach out and ask for their son to be released from prison. Right. Got it. U.S. President Donald Trump recently pardoned Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht, completely different story, who had served 11 years out of a double life sentence for his involvement in the dark web marketplace. Now, mind you, Ross served 11 years. SBF is just coming up on his first year. Outside of what they went to jail for, outside of anything, this dude hasn't even served one full year yet, and is trolling Trump while his parents are begging for him to be let out because they're rich and they have government insiders. It's wild. SEC acknowledges filing for Grayscale's spot Cardano ETF. Guys, a little bit of bullish news. If you're a Cardano holder, Cardano might get an ETF. Who knows with the way the market looks now, though. That all might just go right out the fucking window. New York Stock Exchange ARCA has filed a proposal with the SEC to list and trade shares of the Grayscale Cardano Trust on the stock exchange. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has acknowledged New York Stock Exchange ARCA's proposal on behalf of crypto asset manager Grayscale to list and trade a spot Cardano exchange traded fund. Although it's only the first step toward the approval of the SEC, the SEC's February 24th acknowledgement of the Grayscale Cardano Trust means the clock will soon start for the agency to eventually approve or reject the proposed ETF. It comes amid a flood of crypto ETF acknowledgements from the new SEC leadership, including CBOE's XRP ETF, Grayscale Spot XRP, and Dogecoin ETF, and Nasdaq's filing to position and exercise limits on options tied to BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust. IBIT. I'm trying not to burp. Well, did you have them? Were you allowed to have them, Brett? Sorry, I don't want to bring up, but I had my homie that was locked up for 11, and he had to sneak one. We got him one, but he wasn't allowed to have it. Moving on. Yeah, Brett, let me know. Did you... Definitely not like you weren't allowed to have it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could get that, but okay. But my point is, someone is... So yeah, if you snuck them in and got your homie a cell phone, which is what we've done, but someone as highly recognized as and looked upon as SBF tweeting would be a huge red flag that, oh, maybe this dude has a phone. You know what I mean? Spent my last months in because you found mine. Yeah, see, you're not supposed to have them. Blah, 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 blah. Where was I? New York Stock Exchange ARCA, a subsidiary of New York Stock Exchange Group, first filed a proposal with the SEC to list and trade shares on Grayscale Cardano Trust on the stock exchange on February 10th. The proposed ETF will track the price of Cardano through an index that surveys its price every day on the crypto exchanges such as Coinbase, Crypto.com, Bitfinex, and Kraken. The exchanges were chosen as part of the index based on being in material compliance with applicable U.S. federal and state licensing requirements. Investors in the ETF would not directly hold Cardano and instead have shares in the trust. You think? That's how they work. An investment in the iShares is not a direct investment in, or excuse me, an investment in the shares is not a direct investment in Cardano. The shares are designed to provide investors with cost-effective, convenient way to gain investment exposure to ADA. The filing says we all know this. A slew of other ETF applications we know. HBAR was one. If you guys are HBAR holders, that's bullish news for you guys. Same situation. On February 24th, U.S. Securities Exchange NASDAQ sought permission to list an ETF holding for HBAR. Meanwhile, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's it, guys. That's the news. I'm sorry. It's a sad day. This is a 30-minute. We've rolled over a little bit, but we're kind of just sticking steady. I think the market's going to wait for 9:30. See what the 8:30 pre-open looks like. Oof, we're getting there, man. I'm looking at XRP because do I want to exit this position? No. Fuck no, I don't. But I need to lose another 10% before I start looking at getting out. Ugh. Alright. That's it, guys. That's Bitcoin. I've given you everything I got. But this is bear flag. Bear flag. And I don't know what the hell this shit is. Yeah. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this morning. If you do enjoy the content I provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto, please, 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 guys, like the video. It helps. Let's get more people in here. Let's get people exposed to watching our bags bleed. No, seriously, let's get more people exposed to crypto. Let's try and get people financially savvy. Guys, share the video on all your social platforms to help out greatly, whether you're on if you're on Facebook, subscribe. If you're on, or excuse me, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like and follow me. Share it on all your social platforms. And if you're interested in getting part of the Pip Connect Discord, where we talk about crypto and we help people become financially savvy, there's about 1,000 of us in there, all helping each other out with eyes on the markets, lifestyle, etc., etc. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, please click on the link pinned in the comment section. It will take you to the paywall. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself or Andy. We'll help you get those questions answered for you. And outside of that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. I am out of here.